So today I want to talk about 1000 days of design and what I learned in those days. So long story short, I have learned 3 things from designing. 3 things from 1000 days of design. I learned that life can be designed. In design, there are elements of design. When you're designing a flyer, there are elements of design. There is line, there is shape, there is color, there is imagery. And all these things work together to make a fitting flyer. So if you are making a design, there are some elements of design that you look at that are supposed to work together. For example, if you're making a flyer, the image itself is supposed to link up and communicate with what the flyer is about. Same thing with life. I believe that just like elements of design, a person can design their own lives. This is something that I've come to learn, and I've realized that as a young person growing up, you have the power to start to take charge in designing. Start to say, okay, instead of me being passive, what if I start to design how I want my life to look like, how I want to accept responsibility, how I want to change, how I want to learn new things, how I want to grow. So all of this is just a way of you designing your own life. The same way you would design a flyer, the same way you would design your own life. And it's a funny thing, because when you're in design, there are some people that are in design for the fun of it. It's a hobby. Designing to them is a hobby. Then there's some people that are in design for the love of design. Design is something that they go all in on. They wake up to design. They know branding, they know marketing, they know the ins and out of design. And to them, design is not more than just making a single flyer or a single delivery. To them, design is about making something that speaks and communicates to other people visually, and even with the elements that accompany the design that are not even visual. That is what we are talking about, being able to design something. And to those people that are like really emotional about their work, I feel like it's the same amount of emotion and seriousness you put into a single design. A flyer that's gonna be viewed once or even by 2 people, but you've put in so much effort into it. That to me is a real artist and the designer. There's a Bible place that whatever you do it to the glory of God. And this is the same thing with design, same thing with your life. There are some designers that are in it for the fun. There are some people that are in life just for the fun of it. Then there are some people that are into life for the seriousness of it, that they take charge in designing every single aspect of their life. Yay, my dude. So if I was going to be asked with you, which designers do you look up to? I think my answer would be, I look up to Sam Masiwa, I look up to Kobe Bryant, I look up to people that are not even designers. This is because I believe that everyone is a designer, and everyone has the power to design the life that they want. That brings us to point number 2, why I think life can be designed. So one of my favorite mirrors is Christo. So Christo wears a flat cap that is written, God is a designer. We are creations, and we were created in the likeness of God, meaning that we ourselves are creative individuals, are creative beings. We have the power to create and make things because we have the creative power, and God himself being the creator who designed how the universe works. Because he is the designer, we are also designers ourselves. We have the power to design, as a calling to design your own life. Because God created us to be designers and makers of our own things. Anyone can design their own life because of the fact that God himself was a designer. And we all have the power to move elements around our design artboard. So if you have an artboard as a designer, you have the power to choose the color, the elements, the typography. Every single detail on the flyer is up to you. Art is theft. Be an honorable artist. The writer Jonathan Lethem has said that when people call something original, 9 out of 10 times, they just don't know the references or the original sources involved. So the whole idea of the book is that nothing is really original. Every artist has been inspired by another idea, and they've built upon it to make their own idea. So it becomes like a cycle of improving upon ideas. And to me, that is a big revelation. As a beginner designer, I thought that you were supposed to come up with completely new concepts. All you had to do was to look for something that inspires you to make something, and then you build upon it. And I believe that this is basically how life and mentorship works. You are supposed to look at how other successful people are doing things, and then just steal the good things from what they're doing and apply them to your own life. I hope this was very useful to you, and if it was, please subscribe. Thank you.